Hi, my name is Mary Swain, and I'm the Clerk of Common Pleas Court. So I was born and raised in Madison Township, and I still live there. My husband and I had moved to Middletown for a short time, and then we moved back. I live next door to where I was born and raised. My parents moved there. There were 3 houses on the road, so it's been a really long time that we've been established in Madison. Went to school there, obviously. Met my husband where I worked at a place called Dietz Electronics, where he was in repair and I was the secretary in the shop. So this is a gift from my staff about 2 or 3 years ago from our holiday party, and it represents several of my favorite things, and of course our last name and family is something that's very important to me. Mississippi Queen is an old song that is a favorite of mine for some reason. Leanne, Alan are 2 of my kids. David's my other son. Skyline's my favorite food. I worked at the Board of Elections at one time, and I was also a board member at one time. Rock and roll's my music. I'm a certified court manager. I'm a Trekkie from way back. Grandkids are obviously some of my favorite things in this whole world. This is the date that my husband and I were married. This is where I used to go to church. And obviously I'm a very patriotic person. So how I got involved in politics is kind of a funny story. I fibbed about my age when I was 12 to join the Teenage Republicans and have been involved in politics off and on since then, so for quite a number of years. I've been on the local central committee for 34 years, I believe, something like that. So been involved in all facets of local politics. I was one time chairman of the Central Committee, regional chair, just did pretty much everything within the local party at one time or another. So recently co-chaired our largest fundraiser, Lincoln Day Dinner, about 3 years ago, I believe. So just been involved in politics for a number of years. Well, I became the clerk of courts. I was appointed to an unexpired term in January of 2011. Prior to that, I worked for the General Division of Common Pleas Court for 22 years. Pretty much of a natural stepping stone for me to come in and just try to make the changes that I wanted to see in the office. In Common Pleas Court, I had worked for a couple of the judges, and then I was promoted to court administration for about 8 years, I believe, before I became clerk.